growth, the process of increasing in size. A feature that is both individual, intrinsic, and throughout nature.
This is going to be so interesting, you know.
This is the moment we have been waiting for.
I'm feeling it now.
What has come before is now concerned to the history books. This new decade brings new challenges, new rivals, fallen giants, and new beginnings.
Bang, bang, bang! 3 shots to the heart. Oh, it's back in. Oh, no!
Those who are climbing will meet. Who will fall by the wayside, and who will embody growth.
There's still wheel to wheel!
That is unbelievable!
League of Europe, grow or fade.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the League of Europe PCD Season number 2, round 13, here at Zandvoort. My name is King Kodiak, and I'll be one of your commentators throughout this evening's race. Joining me in the commentary box, I'm always happy to say it's the most beautiful badger with the best beard in the world. It is, of course, Badgerman.
You're flattering me way too much, Kodiak. I'm very excited for this one. It's a very interesting track, Zandvoort. Very much looking forward to that. I like this track. The racing on it isn't always 100% great, but driving it certainly is a treat.
Yes, indeed. Now, this will be a bit of a first for me. I have not commentated on F1 machinery, obviously in sim racing form, at Zandvoort. I have commentated Formula 3 at this track, and that was chaos, quite frankly. It was...
expect similar things here.
And it doesn't look 100% dry.
Yeah, there seems to be a little bit of rain left over, maybe. Off the racing line is kind of what it looks like. I'm not sure if that's the case, but
that's what it looks like to
for an
me.
interesting qualifying.
It's like the rain has just stopped, and everyone is out there on dry tyres. Sniper has actually gone out on medium tyres. I think that's madness. Going out on a damp track with wet tyres on, that sounds like suicide. But he knows what he's doing. We hope, at least. So we've got 18 drivers. 18 drivers with us this time around. Let's have a look at who we've got. We have got Black Panther is with us, as you can see, in the AlphaTauri. We have got Exy. Don't believe Exy was with us last time. Oh, I forgot to have my championship standings ready. I was nearly ready. Of course I got and screwed that up, but let me just bring that up so I have that to hand, along with everything else that I try and grab hold of. Right, there we go. Was Exy with us last time? He was indeed with us, so I had that completely wrong. CD's already got a penalty on the board, I just noticed. Vino94 is with us in the McLaren. We have got Merckx, who I think it's fair to say did not have a good run last time out in the Williams. We've got Lucky Finger in the second McLaren. We have got V8 Field, who I thought I read V8 Field wasn't going to be with us, although he's facing the wrong way in the Haas. That's not the ideal way of taking the banked turn 9. I think that's where he is. No, bank button, that is the banked turn 3. Either way, not an ideal way of taking it. Inbounds Cupid in the Renault, in the pits at the moment. Then it's Madchip in the Haas. Oh, wow, the sun's now come out, so what moisture was there has disappeared. Mr. Anker is back with us in the Ferrari. He has invalidated his lap. Then we have Casso in the second Williams, and then CD. We haven't seen CD in a while. In fact, we haven't seen... We last saw CD at Singapore 4 rounds ago. So welcome back to the racing point of CD. LTU is with us in the second Ferrari. We've got some times on the board. Now, that's a name I'm not familiar with. VSR Vero. Have we seen Vero before?
I don't think
we
so.
have.
I can't actually see him in the standings sheet either. And usually, even new drivers are listed in the standings sheet just with not having participated in any races. But
new reserve, perhaps.
Yeah, new reserve. It seems on very short notice, apparently, as well.
Okay.
Is that? Hold on a second, because the Alpha Tauri, alongside Black Panther, is usually piloted by VSR Jake W. Did he change his nickname to Vero? Maybe.
Now, Jake has had some trouble, I believe, in the sense of I think it was Jake that had. Oh no, it is Jake. You are right. He's just actually messaged in the chat. Yeah, well done, well spotted there, Mr. Badgerman. He's back after wheel assist. I was on the right line. I think it was a brake pedal failure he had or something like that. But Jake is back with us. So you are absolutely right. VSR Vero is Jake. Wonderful. Oh, limited practice, and he's at the top of the tree for the current timing. So, my goodness me.
I was a bit surprised. I was a bit surprised because usually, obviously, if you are a VSR driver, we know. Oh, Miss Anka's out.
Dear. What's it? What on earth
I was just on board with him. LTU was on his inside, and he just dipped his outside wheel, his left wheels onto the gravel in the penultimate corner on exit, lost control of the car, and then just hit the wall.
Well, if we jump on board with him, no, his car's going to be gone, and it is indeed. Yeah, we just saw it stranded on the outside of that last turn 13. Oh no, that is. Well, it's going to be a last to first challenge then for the Ferrari of Mr. Anka. He is a reserve in this series, but he is monstrously quick whenever we see him. We've only seen him 3 times. I think you pointed this out last time. Actually, you did point this out last week when we did see Mr. Anka. That was his 3rd outing last week, and he won the previous 2 outings. Oh, 4th, is it? Oh, beg your pardon, yes, because he didn't finish the first.
He was always up or down, either all or nothing, win or DNF, and he broke that last time.
He did. He only scoring 7 points over the course of the race. Also, Velo is with us. Velo and J. Cole. Yes, we didn't see J. Cole last week, which J. Cole, and I believe you calculated this at the time, with Merckx having a pretty bad race. Velo closed the gap down to just 2 points between himself and J. Cole. J. Cole's still leading the way in the Red Bull, but I mean, it wasn't really a done deal anyway, but now it really is very, very close with only 4 races of the season to go.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it and going, I think Velo and Merckx have a really good chance here. Because if I look at the wins, obviously J. Cole, the most consistent driver this season. He's had 7 podiums in his 11 starts. He's never finished worse than 5th. But at the same time, he's only got 1 win. And with 4 races left, the big points are the ones that matter. You need to get a win. You need to get, ideally, multiple wins. J. Cole only has 1 so far. Velo's got 2, China and France. Merckx has got 2, Canada and Spain. And if we look at this track here, I think this is more Spain than it is certainly China or France, but also more Spain than Monaco, where J. Cole got his only win. So I think Merckx might have a pretty good chance here. However, it's not going to be made easier by the fact that we have 2 drivers here that also have 2 wins that are not involved in the championship battle in Vero and Mr. Anka.
Indeed. Oh, wow. This is going to be good. I can't wait for this. As we do see Vero still at the top of the... Well, it is Jake. It's VSR Jake W, but he is called Vero here, and I will only tie myself in knots if I try and remember what he's otherwise known as. So we'll stick with Vero at the moment. LTU just coming up onto track. It is a pretty short lap. It's a really, really twisty circuit, as you can see. There's only really the start-finish straight where you've got any kind of long stretch to sort of build up some speed. So yeah, I see where you're going with those analogies in previous rounds, but we will see. There's still unknowns to be figured out. So let's see how we get on with 9 minutes of qualifying remaining. Vero at the top of the tree by 0.2 of a second. And oh yeah, it's at the exact same time being set by Merckx and by J. Cole. Where are they? Merckx is coming through turn 3, and J. Cole he's at the beginning of his lap, just coming through turn 5, 6, I think. If I've read the map correctly.
It's weird how they're being counted at times. Yeah. There are maps. I'm gonna go off the official F1 map if I can quickly find it. We'll make things easier. There we go. So yeah, looking at that, that would be turn 7, the long sort of downhill right-hander.
Oh wow!
Official name. I'll try my best. I can't promise that I pronounce it 100% correctly, but I think it's pronounced Scheivlak. I know that is not a swear word in any language. It's getting close in German, but it's not there. Turn 7 honestly is one of the most fun corners on this track because if you hook it up right, you can't gain much time, but it just feels so good. It's like Eau Rouge used to be in old days. It's like Blanchimont used to be before they sort of straighten it out a little bit. And it really is such a corner that it's really satisfying if you get it right, but it's very difficult to get 100% right.
Oh, purple sector 1 and sector 2 for Merckx, riding on board with the Williams at the moment. He is catching up to the back of one of the Red Bulls. Can't see if it's J. Cole. No, J. Cole's in the pit. It must be Exy who's right on board with him. He's got enough distance between himself. Oh, don't come in the pits. Oh, no, he didn't. I thought he was going to come in the pits and ruin that one. And it's an improvement in time, but not position. 108.381. I think his DRS kind of packed up at the end there because he had the red X on the display there. So doesn't that tend to indicate a DRS failure?
No. Usually, if the red X comes up, that means the ERS has run out of deployment.
Oh.
The drivers only have a certain amount of ERS to deploy over the course of a lap. If they do exceed that, which can happen generally if you... I mean, around this track more easily than around others, because around this track, the drivers tend to run a higher downforce setup. The higher downforce setup you run, the more energy you deploy, because obviously you run in a straight line for a longer time, and you can brake later. So it's really a double whammy there. And so we will see that a lot more, I think, in this qualifying session, that towards the line, the drivers do run out of ERS. But at the same time, if you switch to 0 over or at some point on the lap, maybe start finish at the end of the start finish straight, maybe before turn 7, maybe in the more twisty bits, you run risk of not using your energy to the max. And so ideally you want to run out of ERS exactly on the line.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to time, and so I think drivers are more inclined to actually let the red X appear, because at least then they have used all of the energy available to them.
Gotcha. As looks like Jake has done a purple sector 2 in the AlphaTauri, sweeps through the last couple of turns. Can you link me the map you're using so that we are at least looking at the same piece of map? Oh yes, I see what you mean now. Mika Hautioki. Oh, he joined the session. I think he has joined in time to join the race, hasn't he? He just won't be able to qualify, so he'll just start at the back.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh, that's going to be fun.
We've got another driver with a very, very big name and quite a... I think the term is quite a pedigree to his name, joining here and starting from the back. I wonder who's going to be the one to finish better out of him and Mr. Anchor.
Oh, that's going to be a fun challenge. Both of them doing last or first. Excellent. As if we didn't have enough to mention. Oh, I didn't spot Zudima actually when I was going through the names. As Cloudy Cloud in chat is cheering on the Axel boys. That's J. Cole and Zudima. Zudima's joined us in France, so joined us about 5 rounds ago, and has seen the podium 3 of those 5 times. So there is a definite amount of performance in that driver, certainly in the Alfa Romeo that you see him in. Just going to quickly grab the correct map. Apologies, stream. but I would rather we both were running off the same map, so that it just means that if I'm referring to one corner number, at least we're both looking at the same corner numbers. So
one thing to note here about the track map, if I remember correctly, it was turn 30. I might have to open another track map with the corner names, actually, because it is one of the wonderful tracks, because it has so much history. It is one of the tracks that actually has corner names and not just numbers.
Just numbers, yeah.
Yeah, and exactly. The final corner, turn 14, the massively banked, flat-out final corner, is named after Arie Luijendijk. It's the Arie Luijendijk bocht, and bocht is the Dutch term, a Dutch word for corner, really.
Yeah.
It's the Arie Luijendijk corner, and named after an Indy 500 winner. Arie Luijendijk, a Dutch Indy 500 winner. Two-time, actually, 1990 and 1997. So not too long ago. So he's 67 years old now. He won the Indy 500 when he was, let me just do some maths quickly in my head. The first time he was 36. The second time he was 43 years old.
Wow. Goodness me. Whilst I was sorting out my various windows, I hadn't spotted that Vero, or Jake, had actually improved on his pole time. As I was just watching Black Panther there come over the line with a 109.011, sees him in 7th position. Vero now up to 108.187, so very, very close to the leader.
Someone just jumped up. One of the title contenders, Velo, just up to P3.
Third. Yeah, very nice indeed. Where is he? So he'll be on his cool down lap.
Yeah. I think for him, qualifying is over. The only way he can somehow do another lap is if he uses these tires again for then a second hot lap, and really a fourth lap if you include out lap and cool down lap. So I'm not sure he wants to do that. I think it's rather unlikely, especially if we start to consider the lifespan of the tires and we start to consider really, I think he might be actually retiring here. He's letting cars by, that's for sure. I think he's on his way into the pit lane. He'll be done for the qualifying. But lifespan of the tires, let's quickly go through that. We have 14 laps on those soft tires available. Obviously, if drivers qualify inside the top 10, they're going to have to use the used tires from this qualifying session. So it's going to be a little less then. 20 on the mediums, 25 on the hards. The hard tires around here are less desirable than they usually are around most tracks on the F1 calendar, and certainly on the League of Europe calendar, because they are 1.1 seconds slower than the soft and about half a second, 5.5 tenths slower than the mediums. It's not much, but because this lap is the shortest permanent circuit on the F1 calendar, half a second can be quite a lot on one lap. We're going to have 36 of those, which no track has more other than Monaco. No other track has 36 laps. So considering that, I think half a second is quite a bit, in 1.1 seconds certainly. Jake Cole also retiring in P5. Kasu has moved up to third. Look at that. The Williams guys, P2, P3.
And that was on the second time lap of those tyres as well. So there are those considering it as...
and here comes Merckx to the line.
What does he do?
What? 1.7, 1.8. The clock keeps ticking. It is provisional position.
1.08.
Fight back. He's...
no!
That was Inman stupid. Oh!
But he'd already retired.
Zadima's 2 tenths up. That will not be an improvement as of right now, but if he gets a good final sector here, that might be.
He's invalid.
No, he has invalidated.
Oh,
yeah, he has invalidated.
No. Oh, no. And Inbound's car was ghosted at that point. So, yeah, Vero has retired his car as well. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I expect that'll be looked at by the stewards, I dare say. Well, we will see what the outcome of that is. But that is going to conclude the qualifying for this race then. So Zandvoort is going to have the following grid when it pops up. What a race we have got. I'm looking forward to this. I know there's a broken record, but tough deal with it. Right, Merckx and Vero, or Jake, take on row 1. Kasu and Velo, a good representation for the Vapor squad. Take on row 2. J. Carl and Exy, row 3. Zidima and LTU on row 4. Black Panther and Sniper on row 5. Sven and Madchip take on row 6. Lucky Finger and CD for row 7. V8 Field and Vino on row 8. And Inbounds Cupid and Mr. Anchor, and also Miko starting at the tail end of the field for row 9 and 10. Ooh. Oh, actually, no. CD's got a penalty. I thought I saw him get a penalty. He's actually got a 5-position penalty. So
yeah, so he'll start from the back.
He'll start at the back.
Pretty much.
Okay. Oh, Jake, so Vina was saying he was on for a 7-9 until he met the errant Renault. Oh dear, oh dear.
I'm not actually sure about that, to be honest. I want to call him out a little bit here.
Controversy!
All friendly banter, obviously. But he was up by only half a tenth on his own time after 2 sectors. According to the timing that I saw, at least. Maybe my screen glitched or something, my game glitched, but I don't think so. So he was only up by half a tenth, and he was down on Merckx by, I think, 0.08 of a second. He was only up by 5. So he needed a really, really good final sector. Maybe he messed up his final sector in his best run.
Good to them.
In his previous run. That could be the case, in which case he could have been up for a 1 minute 7.9. But he still needed to put in that good final sector. And so I'm not so sure about that. Maybe he's right. We can't check. But yeah. He says he lost 0.2 in sector 1 in the previous lap, and he had at least 10th and a half. There you go. Yeah, 10th and a half to gain in sector 3. It's exactly what I was alluding to there. So he would have had to gain a lot in the final sector, but if he had that much to gain, then fair enough. But it would have been certainly very close. I think Jake could have mounted a challenge there to pole position and could have gotten it. But it would have been very close. I would love to turn back time and be able to find out if he had been able to do it. But we can't. Unfortunately, the incident happened there between Vero and Inbounds Cupid.
Right.
Yeah, we have Mika Hatsuyoki now in the lobby. Sorry, what?
Yes, I was going to point out that we have got Miko Hatsuyoki in the lobby. We have got 3 cars, Miko being one of them, starting on the hard tyres. Mm-hmm. Curious decision.
I don't think so. Soft to medium can make it to the end, but soft to hard is the more secure version, let's say. And once again, the hard tire, 1.1 seconds, it's a bit, but it's certainly a viable race tire here. And even more so once you consider that the soft tire might struggle a little bit on temperature, as in it gets too warm.
Yeah.
So going for the hard tire as long as possible and not wearing out the softs at the end of the race, certainly a possibility. However, I'm also going to just quickly say this. In the pit lane, you only lose 14 and a half seconds.
Oh, that's short.
Ridiculously, it's the shortest pit lane on the whole calendar. Shorter than Canada. It's shorter than any other track. It's so ridiculously short. You lose no time whatsoever here. As such, we might see a 2-stop, but you can't overtake around here. That's the other consideration. So you don't want to go for a 2-stop because it is the fastest strategy on track, but you have to make some overtakes happen in order for it to work. So I think we can see some split strategies here. Maybe a couple drivers are going to be brave enough to go for a 2-stop, but I think mostly we're going to see a soft to hard one, so maybe a couple with a soft to medium. But I think the medium runners, they're going possibly for the 2-stop here.
Let's see how this is going to unfold. We know this process. It is time to wind them up and let them go. And that's a cracking start from Merckx on the front row. Is he going to try and get down to the... Well, obviously he's going to try and get down to the first turn first. Oh, that is very close. The cars are looking ghosted on my screen. I don't think that's quite correct. Oh, that was very close. Oh, trouble! Who's... Oh no, Mr. Anchor is the one that is at the tail end of the field. I can see one of the Ferraris was down there. Oh no, disaster. And he's retired. His car is already damaged to the front of the car. That Ferrari will pull over and have no further part in today's race. Huge shame. Really looking forward to seeing, yeah, like you say, the Miko versus Mr. Anchor battle. But it is not to be, unfortunately. So, Merckx leads the way. Vero.
Oh, and Vino spins. Vino spins as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. Vino just ran into the back of Hautayoki there. And the car got very loose there as soon as he tapped the rear. And he was around.
Oh,
and
dear,
Exy must have done something as well. What is going on? Everyone's struggling right now.
Yeah, the Red Bull is really out of position. Yeah, big damage to the front left of that wing. But up front, Merckx, Vero, Casu have got the start they needed. Right, well, that's the first kind of 6 or so have done pretty well to get going. Now DRS is available to our drivers on my screen. Merck weirdly is falling through the field. Don't know why. That'll hopefully correct itself. Let's go. CD. Oh, not again. CD had a penalty in the qualifying. Has now got a speeding in the pit lane penalty. He's gone on to hard tyres. So, well, it's his only option, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And will they go to the end?
Actually, I think at this point you can go on to mediums and try and make a one-stop work. But yeah, he's taking the safer option here. Two stop obviously with the unscheduled first pit stop and then a scheduled second. But yeah. Oh, and Sven is off.
Oh no!
Sven is off in trouble onto the exit road there.
And he's out.
What happened there.
Well, he was saying he couldn't take control of his car before the session began. So there've been troubles for Sven. We've lost two cars in 2 laps. We won't have any left if we carry on like that. So
we're going to make it halfway through the race and that's going to be over.
On board with Vero as he's sizing up a move on Merck now. DRS open, flies through, actually sticks to the inside line as Merck goes to the racing line. He's going to try and string that one around the outside of turn 1. Can the Williams hang on to it? No, Vero's having none of that. In the AlphaTauri, lovely traction on the inside and flies through to take the lead. But you know full well Merck is not going to allow that to stand. So the lead, Williams doing what he can to hustle his way towards the top. Where's J. Cole? Our championship leader in 5th position still. That's where he started. And he's 2 seconds off the leader at the moment. So we'll see how that one plays out. He may well just be biding his time, but that's not what he can afford to do. With only 4 rounds left, he needs to still be scoring as best points as he can. I mean, Velo is obviously his main championship rival at this stage, but it's only, 9 points back to Merckx, so you can't discount him at all.
Yeah, Merckx has a really good chance here of scoring some big points. 9 behind right now. If he somehow wins this over Vero, and J. Cole now in P6 actually, as he got overtaken by Zadima.
Oh dear.
That would be only 8 points there, so all of a sudden Merckx would gain 17 points in one race and completely flip the championship. He would all of a sudden from 3rd jump into the lead of the championship.
Wow. You cannot take your eyes off this championship for a second. Here they come then, top 4 are in that pack. That's a lead group beginning to break away. Where is Miko? There he is, just making his way. Oh, side by side through the first. Oh no, the house is gone. That was Manchip. Oh no, whether that was. Well, it was several corners after what looked like a bit of an impact between the Renault and the Haas. A virtual safety car now out because Manchip has sadly smashed into the barrier. Exy has chosen this moment to pit. He's coming out of the pit, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, pit is just before that.
Oh no,
this helps him.
yeah, absolutely. So, well, I mean, the VSC shouldn't bunch the back up, but you know that there'll be a little bit of wiggle room in a VSC. There always is a little. But, oh, well. So, 3rd car gone. At least it took him 2 laps before we lost another one. But that really is the nature of this circuit. It's not so ingrained in the muscle memory. It's something we talk about quite a bit. You know, the tracks that everybody knows. This really isn't one of them unless you have taken the time to practice this track. And, mistakes are going to happen. It's a difficult circuit. So, yeah, this is rather why I was expecting to happen there to be a fair amount of chaos.
Yeah, meanwhile we have a drive-through penalty for Inbound Cupid speeding under the virtual safety car. It doesn't matter how much you speed under the virtual safety car, if by the end of it you are just 1,000th of a second below or above the delta, so you're too quick, then you will get a drive-through penalty. The game is very strict there in that regard, and inbounds Cupid immediately. He's not serving the drive-through penalty, he's getting his wing fixed first, and then the drive-through will come later, so he's going to have to go to the pits twice, really, and that's really, really going to hurt him. Yeah, indeed, ouch. As Hautayoki is already putting some soft runners under pressure here on the hard tire. This is how quick that man is.
Yep.
Lucky Finger, I'm worried, will not stand much of a chance. Misses the apex here. That could be Hautayoki's opportunity, but I think he's a little bit far away. He will try to get the overtake done on the main straight. Maybe an unusual overtaking spot here. Nope, decides against. I think he wants the run here. You can see how much he's losing time, how much he has to slow down. And here we go. Now he goes down the inside through the Ari Lloyd-Knight corner, and he already got it before he even opened the DRS.
Yeah, Lucky Finger was really fidgety coming out of turn 13. So much so that LTU has a look on the inside of turn 1 as we were riding on board with the Ferrari there. So, oh dear, oh dear. Not going well for Lucky Finger, it would seem. Jumping back up to the top though, Vero having no such trouble. He's remaining about 7 tenths ahead of Merckx. So the top 5 fairly, roughly equidistant spread apart. Zadima is in danger of losing DRS to the car in front. He was very briefly outside of that 1 second gap to Velo, but he has managed to maintain that. LTU has gotten past Lucky Finger, as we see on the overlay. There is the Ferrari now ahead of the McLaren. V8 Field having pitted, or certainly having trouble early on, is just coming up to the back of the struggling McLaren. Oh, bit of a lock up there for Miko Hautayoki going through turns 11 and 12. There he is in the road, keeping Sniper very much in his sights, which is a weird way around to say that sentence. The best of times. Oh, Merckx is now on the back of Vero, so that gap has suddenly disappeared. So now the Williams is hustling for the lead again.
Yeah, all of a sudden things change, and one thing I've noticed looking at Vero and Merckx here is that Merckx has a whole lot more ERS available. 75% battery charge. Vero is running at 10.
Oh, I hadn't even got the telemetry turned on. Apologies there. And don't have a lap data turned on either. So, so he does. So Vero very, very low on ERS energy, and Merckx having much easier time of energy management. Where is J. Cole? J. Cole's the one that famously burns his battery up. He's running at around about 60%, so not too bad for him. Inbounds Cupid and CD have come in from the tail end of the field. The inbounds only because inbounds is doing his drive-through. CD, what's CD in for? What's CD in for?
Mediums.
Oh, from Wind Change.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, side by side for the lead. There goes Merckx on the outside, getting that done before they get to turn 1. Oh, that was close. There was not a lot of room there, but Merckx has pounced on Vero, and the battle for the lead continues. Big lock up there for Vero, though, as they come through that heavily banked turn 3. Meanwhile, Miko Hautayoki, I'm now mixing up his first and surnames, is coming through that same section. He's just mugged Sniper, essentially. And again, he's on those hard tyres. No one's told him they're 1.5 seconds slower, 1.1 seconds slower than everybody else. No, he obviously didn't receive that memo, as he is continuing to pretty much blitz the field. But then that's rather what we saw last time out, wasn't it? It was Miko was absolutely stormingly quick. But still plenty of time for things to change. I'm going to risk saying this. We haven't lost anyone for about 3 or 4 laps. Now I've said it, expect Meteor to land on the track and for 4 cars to retire at the same time.
I don't understand why you said it. I really don't.
I feel daring. I feel daring, I tell you.
But yeah, going back to the 1.1 seconds between the softs and the hards, that's in fresh condition. At this point, these hard tyres are not as slow compared to the softs anymore.
Good point.
As I'm just seeing a big lock up there from Zadima into turn 1. Jeez. But yeah, at this point, if I had to estimate, I would say, because the softs are running at around 40% right now, the hards hards are probably running at what 20. They're going to get into good shape right now. The hards this might be the crossover point between the tires right now. So the hards at this point might very well be as quick as the softs, maybe a little bit slower, a couple tenths here or there, but not 1.1 seconds anymore. Maximum, I would say about 3 tenths, probably less.
Now, do you reckon that the soft starters are going to be coming in pretty quick?
It depends. If they're on a 2-stop, then possibly. If they are on the 1-stop, soft to hard, then no, they will stay out a little bit longer. They will probably go, I'd say lap 11, lap 12. So we're going to see 2 more laps as they come across the line out to start. And yep, no one's coming in. So
whoa, Casu! Casu's going for an outside to cut you off there, Austin. The second Williams trying the outside manoeuvre on Vero, but no, Vero's having none of that, but that's allowing Mert to get some breathing. Sorry, I'm very unceremonious to cut you off there. Oh, his Velo nearly slams into the back of the Williams. There is a big lock up there into that turn 3. I'm also keeping an eye on Mita Hautiyoki as he's eating the tyre smoke from Black Panther's AlphaTauri. He's having a fairly decent run actually this week, is Black Panther, up in 7th position on very knackered soft tyres, as Mikkonen is in a great position to start to hustle for 7th place. 8 seconds to close in for between him and the top pack. Oh, as that AlphaTauri locks up again. They're working their way through turn 10. Oh, that's close. On board with the Renault.
I'm not surprised to see him lock up that much. Black Panther is nursing a foot injury on his braking foot, on his left foot. So, he's struggling a little bit in that regard, but he's still got some pace. As Vero is now the first one to pull the undercut on everyone. Lap 10, a bit earlier than I expected, but certainly he can make it work if he takes a little bit of care. With these hard tires, he can manage that quite easily. However, he's also going to rejoin behind his AlphaTauri teammate there in Black Panther. But he has the opportunity to go for the undercut here, and we're going to monitor that gap. These fresh hard tires at this point are already faster than the softs of the top 5 right now. So he should gain some time. The question is whether it's going to be enough.
That is indeed the big question as Miko continues his charge towards the top now. Riding on board with J. Cole, our championship leader, currently in 5th position now. Merckx has got a 1.5 second gap because of Vero pulling the trigger. Now, is this going to cause this entire train to come in at once? Let's ride on board with them and see what they... Well, they can't because, of course, Casu and Merckx have got to figure it out between them.
Exactly.
Oh, spin!
So, I think one of the Williams is probably going to come in, and it is the leader. It is Merckx coming in. Casu stays out. Velo comes in. Zudima and J. Cole go a bit longer. They fancy their chances later on in the race, I reckon. But Merckx and Velo, 2 of the 3 championship contenders, coming in at the same lap.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. Now, just confirm. Do you see this? Do you see CD trying to push the wall over?
I don't.
Where is CD? Oh,
I see him sliding through. Whoa, he's spinning for me.
Okay, yeah. He's at the point I said that he's decided he's not going to be able to push the wall over, and his car is not wanting to go. I don't know what he's doing. I give up on that one. So
for me, his car is in turn 10 right now, heading onto the back straight, but going really slowly as well. He can't turn, it seems. Does he have damage? Yeah, he has front wing damage. Yeah, that's why.
He was trying to push the wall over a minute ago. So
no, not on my screen. Okay. He's now in the Audi S turns 11 and 12. So, and he's hitting the wall again. What is going on? He's struggling. I think he might be struggling with maybe his technical gear.
Who knows?
His wheel controller, whatever he's using. He's off into the gravel again.
Oh,
yeah, he can't turn for some reason. J.
Cole has opted to continue. Interesting. So, is he going to basically burn the battery and just give it everything he's got?
He already has.
Well,
the percentage, he's on 20. He already has burned the battery. But no, at this point, this could be interesting. At this point, it might be that J. Cole risks the soft to medium strategy.
Okay.
It's possible, but you have to drive the soft tires for around, I would say, 14 laps, and then the mediums for 22, because he qualified inside the top 10s, so those tires will have done around 15 and a half laps, if you include the out lap in qualifying, where obviously there's a little bit of tire wear going on, but not full laps worth of tire wear. And then, so it will be 15 and a half sort of onto the softs that can take 14 usually. So he's running a little bit of risk there, but not too much. And then 22 for the mediums that can usually take 20. Oh, he does come in now. Okay, maybe not.
After that
Maybe
wonderful
not.
analysis.
Well, at this point, I'm going to say then, I question that strategic decision there. I'm not so sure about that one. As CD has crashed on the exit of turn 3. Very tricky spot. Here comes J. Cole behind everyone. Yeah, that's exactly what was going to happen. Because, I mean, you're running the overcut. Of course you're going to be behind everyone else. Yeah. And around a track where it's notoriously difficult to overtake on, I don't know what his thinking was there. I don't understand it. If anything, if you're the last in a train of 6, you're the first one to pit, usually.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what J. Cole's thinking there. Maybe he struggles with tire wear a little bit more than the others, where he wants to play it safe. He wants to make sure he gets to the end and hopes for maybe punctures and getting lucky a little bit, but it's unlikely that we're going to see any punctures here.
LTU's has had a bit of a moment. He's lost 10th position to Sniper. So the Ferrari's a little slow coming through turn 3, but continuing nonetheless. So the top, well, what was the top 5 have roughly reappeared where they were beforehand. Miko Hatsuyuki on his starting hard tyres is of course leading the way. He'll be jumping onto softs in, what do we think, about 10 laps or so?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
25 is how far they can go, and he might go a bit earlier because you want to get onto the softs as early as possible as well to use them to the best advantage possible. So I reckon about lap 22, 23 is when we're going to see Miko. Maybe even lap 21, because remember,
he didn't qualify on those tires.
Well, that doesn't really matter too much. The hards can take 25.
True.
But he might go a bit earlier because the lifespan is taken for when the car is full of fuel.
Okay.
If the car is lighter, obviously, tire wear is a little bit lower, and you can maybe squeeze one more lap out of them and make the softs go for 15, at which point lap 21 would be the perfect time to strap them on.
Yeah, looking on board with J. Cole once again, you just see against Zadima where the difficulties lie. Zadima does not have DRS to the 4 ahead of him, so he's just going to continue to fall back. Equally, Viro is slowly chipping away at the gap between himself and Miko Hatsuyuki. Here comes J. Cole. Is he going to try and banzai that? No, just not close enough to throw that one on the inside of turn 1, unfortunately. So he's not able to do anything with that gap. As a V8 Field has come in, or Crusader as he's otherwise known. So he'll be ditching the medium tyres, and he'll have to go for hards, wouldn't he? Unless he's going to stop it. Yep, and that's hard tyres for the Haas. That's exactly his.
He'll re-emerge in front of Lucky Finger, most likely. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. Just about. Actually, gets really close. But yeah, he messed up the pit exit a little bit. Lucky Finger on the outside there. And now on the inside for the massively banked turn 3. And they're still going at it. And Lucky Finger, I think, may have gotten the slightly better exit. But V8 Field's using all of his ERS, and they touch. They touch. And there he goes down the inside now into turn 8. Or turn 7, sorry. I got carried away a little bit there myself. But he gets the position back ultimately after a short little battle there. But what a nice battle that was. It's very difficult down the back straight there, turns 4, 5, 6, which is all flat out, to go side by side because you have these corners there. And it can easily lead to contact. And there was a bit of contact between V8 Field and Lucky Finger. Thankfully not enough to spin either car around or give any kind of damage, but very tricky to do. And V8 field with a fantastic move there down the inside of turn 7. It's a great overtaking spot as well, but you want the inside there. 100% you want the inside, because not only do you get the inside for that one, but the next 2 corners as well. And 3 corners in a row being on the inside, it's a guaranteed overtake, basically.
Yeah, completely. There's Lucky Finger himself locking up again, going through turn 3. We're watching on board with Exy there. Yeah, that top block is now really beginning to spread apart. Casu's fallen off the back of Merckx, and Velo is still in hot pursuit of that second Williams. J. Cole has finally managed to get past Sedema, but he's now 1.7 seconds behind Velo in this second Mercedes. That's the view from J. Cole. He's used up, J. Cole's used all his ERS up because he's got no DRS. And that must feel horrible down the start-finish straight. You've got all the downforce in the world, and you've got no way to really circumvent it. But that's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. If you don't have DRS, you're in for a tricky times. We look at Miko Haseaki. He's catching up with a back marker. That's the other Renault, so that's inbound Cupid. He's catching up too, who's having his usual bad luck. Inbound's just not usually in the points, unfortunately, this season, and it's going to be looking the same way again for him. But Miko has been losing ground, or has had that lead just slowly tipped away from Vero. Lap on lap on that, which you would expect with the tyre life difference. There's 11 laps between the 2 sets, but now Miko's going to pick up DRS off the back of the Renault. There we go, but he doesn't.
That helps him a little. Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say he doesn't have a lot of ERS energy to use, so still, Inbound is actually ghosted, so that doesn't actually make a bit of difference at all. But Miko is actually very low on the battery front as well, and so's Vero, actually, come to think of it. Now Merckx has got about 46%. What about Casu? Just picked up the fastest lap, it's about 20%. Velo, 46. J. Cole, nothing. Once again, J. Cole doing his usual thing and just burning the battery to dust. Now, this will be interesting. Now, will Miko fight this? He's obviously on a different strategy, or well, he knows that. Is he going to fight, or is he just going to let people go? This is one of these tracks that letting people go is actually almost counterproductive, because they're nowhere really to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Around a track like Monza, or where else can we go? Possibly, I would say Japan on the long run to 130R, or there's many tracks, Canada, all the speed tracks really, Silverstone, wherever you want to go. If you have a track where you can overtake, it's better, it's more beneficial for you to let other cars go if you're on a different strategy. Here, you can't overtake. I mean, where does Vero want to get past Miko here? I don't think he'll find a way. Despite 11 laps, fresher tires, I don't think he'll be able to do it. Maybe he'll find a way, but he needs to get very creative, because he doesn't have any advantage on straight line speed, apart from if he picks, or when he picks up the DRS. It's only a matter of time, really. But other than that, he's going to have to get creative and maybe try something in a spot where you wouldn't normally overtake. The beauty of a track like this, and I think to a degree the same is true for a track like Hungary, especially on this game, not so much in real life. If you have no overtaking spot, then every spot is an overtaking spot if you're creative enough. I've had a race recently, just a fun open lobby recently around Hungary, where I pulled off an overtake around turn 5, the long right-hander, after the uphill left-hander. And oh, there you go. How Turkey goes into the pit lane. He's had enough. He doesn't want to give Vero too much. Oh, Black Panther's out.
Oh no! What's happened to Black Panther? Where
exit of turn 10.
There he is. Yeah, he must have been that on the exit of turn 10, and that's just pitched him into the barrier on the left. Oh no!
And safety car, full safety car, and that is perfect for
Miko.
Oh my, he's going for mediums. It's like he knew. He went into the pit lane. He's right behind the safety car now.
He's in a Renault. He is repeating Oh dear, Velo has actually got a 5-second penalty for a collision with inbounds Cupid. That's impressive considering inbounds was ghosted. That's a great achievement. But
he might get that removed, hopefully.
So Miko's in a Renault. We've just had a safety car following an accident. Is this ringing bells for anybody?
But the accident was not a Renault. That caused that. It was Black
Granted.
Panther.
But the point
hold on, stop. Why is Vino going on intermediate tyres?
Oh no, he has! Oh my... Why? There is not a cloud to be found in the entire country!
Blue skies everywhere.
I've seen it all now. I've seen it all.
I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless for the first time, arguably, in my
here we go.
recent commentary history for
Vero,
myself.
Merckx, Castle. So both Williams is in.
Yeah, the double stack. They need to go onto softs now. Halteyoki needs to floor it as soon as he comes across the line now. He needs to absolutely floor it, and I think he does. Yes, he does. He needs to skip all of them here. They're still in pit lane exit. Vero and Merckx are past.
Oh, there was...
Halteyoki's going to try, but he has to wait. He has to stay behind.
He can't. Yeah.
He really wanted, but he couldn't.
Oh my goodness me. Oh, actually, there is cloud forming. There is cloud forming. I mean, yeah, well, you'd never go on to Inters now. What? In saying that, believe it or not, I saw it once in of all places, in an esports qualification race. Of all places, Monaco.
Oh.
Into tyres, really bone dry track. And the reason why he did it, he ran out of soft tyres.
Oh, that's painful, yeah.
That's all he had left in the back was Inters.
That is painful.
Yeah,
I really don't understand the Inter call there, honestly. I really don't. I don't think that Vino has run out of tyres. I really
But he
don't
hasn't,
think so.
He hasn't pitted again.
Yeah, he started on mediums. Does he just not want to use the soft tyre? Because he started on mediums, then went on to Inters, and he has not pitted again.
That's got to be a glitch. That can't be right. I mean, they look like Inters to me. They look like Inters to you.
Yeah, they drive like Inters. I'm looking on the onboard. They really drive like Inters. So he has no grip, really. He's struggling mightily to get the car turned in. The car, I mean, to be fair, the car does, or the tyres do what they're supposed to do, which is to make the car drive like a boat. Obviously, in rainy conditions, that's what you want, but in dry conditions, not so much. Massive understeer there for Vino. And I really don't understand that one. But I mean, it makes for some nice entertainment, I guess.
Yeah, it's amusing. I'll give him that. Yes.
I want to give Vino driver of the day right now.
It's something to be remembered for.
Oh yeah. Is he gonna come in now? No, he still stays out.
What is he doing? Even if it rains now, those tyres are ruined. Even if it
must be so hot.
Yeah, I mean, even if it absolutely monsooned, those tyres are dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Usually the operating for these intermediate tyres is around, I think it was 80 degrees. Usually that's the high end, 80 to 85 degrees. Surely they're at 90 to 95 right now. Because they're absolutely cooking.
Yeah, they must be.
He will not catch up to the field.
No. Your volume has gone oddly quiet for me, Mr. Austin. I thought it was me for a moment, but my game volume hasn't changed. But your volume has mysteriously dropped.
Oh, I'll try to fix that.
Okay. Unless we know something we don't. I mean, the clouds have gathered, but there's only 13 laps to go. But Vero has floored it, and Merckx in hot pursuit now. Now, weirdly, because obviously Miko is on a contra strategy, as I would assume that's Vino that's spinning again. he's now on the harder tyres to everybody else, so this actually could undo itself. Jacob's now up to 4th because of all the madness going on, but he's on the medium tyres now. Casu right behind him on the soft tyres. There's different compounds of tyre absolutely everywhere to be found. Madchip in chat says it's supposedly going to be wet by the end of the race, which we are, of course, heading towards. And we have had a virtual safety car and an actual safety car, so there could well be racing laps done in wet conditions. That's going to be very interesting if that's the case.
So I really don't know what the thinking is there for Vino. Even if it does rain, it's way too early.
Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can do something, unless weirdly my side has put your volume through the floor. No, you're...
Yeah, that might... I don't know. I just checked everything and it...
Your volume in comparison to my game volume is now badly skewed. Oh, and we got Sniper coming into the pits again.
Yeah, I just checked all of my stuff. I just restart something. I might not hear you for a second.
Okie dokie.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so... Well, that's kind of given everybody an opportunity to get some ERS energy back, if nothing else. But how long is it realistically going to last for is the biggest question. Is J. Cole, whilst we were looking away, has lost the position to Casu and has actually got Velo right behind him. So for the championship situation, that's really put another spanner in the works. I am looking up at the sky, and that is not looking happy at all. As we look at J. Cole hustling Casu for that 4th position. Lucky Finger gets his name on the penalty board as Sniper has actually cleared his penalty now. So it's only Lucky Finger that's got that penalty, as we can see. The only one on the hard tyres as well. How is Vino still going on those intermediate tyres? By going onto the grass, that's how. And he's... Oh, there he goes. And that's in the ball. So that was all for nothing.
Cass is slowing down. Cass is going into the pit lane. What?
What? He didn't hit anything. It's not raining. Is he going into it? No! It's another set of softs. From wing damage. Oh, we didn't see it. Well, again, that's another interesting one.
I would have waited for the rain to hit. Change the front wing then.
Yeah.
You don't lose that much time from a bit of front wing. I don't know how severe it was, but I didn't see that. But I would have waited a little bit longer and just stuck it out. And J. Cole and Velo a little bit more for the teammate Merckx. I mean,
Yeah.
the script is written in plain sight, and Cassie just doesn't follow it really. Because I think it was a very obvious thing to just stay in front of J. Cole and Velo, slow it down a little bit. It's hard to overtake around here, and make sure that Merckx gets some really, really good points.
Indeed, indeed.
Championship lead.
Yeah. Well, that's the route he's gone down. He's committed to it now, so he's got to stick with it. Velo on the back of J. Cole. It should be a straightforward pass. And... Pardon?
The first drops are coming down.
Ah,
I see it on board.
Vino's just pitted, actually, as we just watched Velo.
New Winters!
It is New Winters as well for the McLaren. He's now a lap down. Oh, has Velo gone deep.
He's going to run out of inters soon. The drivers only have 3 sets of intermediate tyres, so he has 1 more left. If he has to pit again, he has 1 available, but if he has to pit twice in the last...
Yeah. I mean,
he's going to struggle.
he's a full lap down. He's not going to gain that in anywhere with the amount of laps left. But Vero and Merckx are glued together now. But how well they're going to be able to... And there we go. We can now see that it's begun to rain. So the wet tyres will be needed, but not quite when Vino wanted to use them. Which, oh well, I mean, there's something to be said for optimism, I suppose. If we're putting it nicely. Oh dear. Well, that spelled the end of that one, as Vino has put it in the wall on the run down to turn
That's a
8.
safety car. And now might be a good opportunity if you can make it into the pit lane, possibly, although it's still a bit early. But Zudima tries. Zudima goes. He is going for the intermediate tyres and
Oh.
LTU. And
Yeah.
the last moment follows in. He was on the normal racing.
He was, yeah.
Decided at the last moment to jump in as well. And brought out on the intermediate tyres.
It might.
The virtual safety car, you see the length of time, and it's only 14.5 seconds anyway. So if you save about, what, 6-7 seconds, you get a 7-second pit stop, really.
We will see how that comes. Oh dear. Speeding under the safety car penalty for LTU. Well, that's a drive-through penalty for him, sadly. Well, let's see how this plays out. Now, Vero and Merckx had just passed the pit lane entry when the virtual safety car was deployed, and Miko opted to continue. So this is going to be the, when are people going to pit, or how long they, because the rain may not actually do anything. It's very, very light. So
That's generally Zandvoort. I've raced a few races in single player mode in my team and driver career here, where it did start to rain. Generally, it is a track where oftentimes you will find some rain at some point. I've been in a very similar situation where the rain was starting and then it remained very light. So that can very well happen around this track. I would generally advise drivers to just wait until the DRS is disabled, then go pit. Because in any other case, it might be that the rain just never gets heavy enough, or it takes too long to get heavy enough.
Yeah.
And considering how close we are to the end of the race as well.
Yeah. And Zadima's just lost.
It's worth it to pit if the rain gets heavy enough at the end of lap 35, and there's only one lap to go. There's no point in pitting. You're not going to lose 15 seconds from running on soft tires in one lap unless you spin. Of course, you're going to be very careful. But it might actually be the smarter call to stay out. They both. Oh no! Vera with the dummy, and Max follows him. He dummied him. He wanted to. He showed he was going to go into the pit lane. He was on the perfect trajectory into the pit lane, and then pulls out at the last possible moment.
Nice.
Past the pit wall on the other side on the main track and not in the pit lane. Wow.
And Zadima is just losing so much time. He's now 6 seconds behind Sniper. The gamble didn't pay off. The rain just isn't there. I mean, it's there enough to make the soft runners kind of think about it a little more, but that is about it. But the top three are really, really close now. So as LTU is, his Ghost is pitted. Out of curiosity, what is his car being fitted with? Another. Oh no, that's a drive-through. Oh yes, because he sped under behind safety car. So that's just a drive-through for the Ferrari. Yep, 6 and a bit laps to go now. Well, what can you do? Lap 33 pit for Inter, says Madchip. Well, I mean, if it absolutely buckets it down, then sure. As the gap has disappeared again.
Oh, maybe? No, a little bit too far away. A little bit too far away.
Miko. That's LTU, yeah.
I think lap 34 would be the last possible moment for it to make sense to pit for him. If you don't do it then you'll have to do the 2 laps on the dry tire. There's no other way. The one thing I'm gonna say though, this helps Mika Hatayuki right now, because the more it rains, the less it matters which dry tire you're on.
True.
They don't have any profile whatsoever anyway.
Yeah.
So it just becomes equally bad.
Yeah.
When it comes down to tire wear, that will still affect the car, even in these wet conditions. And so Hatayuki's car, his tires obviously have significantly lower tire wear. They should be at around 30% right now, maybe 35 when he comes across the line. Whereas the softs for Vero and Merckx should be at 45%. So it will help him a little bit in terms of grip. Here comes Merckx, maybe. No, he's too far away again. Oh! Does he want to try around the outside? No, he does not. He was looking for it a little bit there. But ultimately, he did not go for it. That was close right there.
Oh, it was close.
Vero.
Very, very close indeed. As I clouted my microphone there. In my excitement of what's going on, I accidentally clapped the microphone. Velo is closing in a little bit on the gap between himself and Mika Hatayuki, and he's dragging J. Cole with him. So that trio may become a quintet by the end of the race. And if anything, that rain is near enough stopped. So he's just a flat-out sprint to the line. There's a McLaren. Oh, it must be Lucky Finger just getting out of the way because he is on Inters. That's gone well for him. He must be the most self-conscious driver in the world at the moment.
Kodiak, did I hear correctly? You said the rain has almost stopped.
Well, it looks to me like it's...
On board. I'm on the on-board right now. It doesn't look like it on the on-board. I don't know, maybe the outside shot is fooling you a little bit there.
Well, I mean, it's not raining that hard.
It's not really enough to warrant a pit stop. Fair enough, but it hasn't stopped.
Oh no, I didn't. It doesn't look like it at one point. It had stopped. It's definitely still there. His Lucky Finger has ditched his Inters at last. Oh what? Now I bet you. Now Lucky Finger's ditched his Inters. It now absolutely chucks it down. You watch. You watch. We will see. As you know, we're right on board with J. Cole then in 4th position as we come past a ghosted LTU. Let's say, I mean, that would just be the biggest bit of irony that it now absolutely hoons it down. It does actually look like, I don't know whether that's just my mind playing tricks on me, it does look like it's starting to rain a little heavier at the point we were watching Jacob. We will see as we're in the very...
Picking up steadily, but it's still not to the point where it's heavy enough to warrant the pit stop, and I don't think at this point it will get there. I think we are gonna. It will be a dash to the line. Like I said earlier, the rain almost stopped that. I'm on the onboard the whole time, and I'm looking at it, I'm going, no, nothing stopped. It's still raining.
Fair enough. Oh well, Vero had no ERS energy left at all as the Williams nearly slams into the back of Vera. They're back in the Alpha Tower. Goodness me, Vero literally had 0 battery remaining on that start-finish straight. Of course, he can't get DRS of anybody. He's using what he can to defend against Mert. And if Mert gets through, there's a risk that he'll drag Mika Hatayuki through with him. And again, that rain is still causing trouble for them as that Renault got a little bit quickly, I think, working the way through this through the twisties. My goodness me, the longer it rains, the harder it gets to keep these cars on the straight and narrow, but it's still, the rain is still not posing a significant threat. Imagine that final lap and absolutely boom, the clouds just open.
That would be quite entertaining, I think, but it's very unlikely to happen because generally around Zandvoort the rain never really just goes boom. It never just appears, it just makes the track undrivable. At this point, lap 34 they stay out, so at this point it goes to the line. They are not going to pit lap 35, I tell you, and they will all go to the finish line from here on out. Mert, I think he has one chance to do this on Vero. Yellow flag is second one, that is, I think, for Zadima.
Zadima, yeah.
He was in the battle as well. He could have gone, if he hadn't gone for intermediates, he could have gotten a P6.
Yeah.
That strategy really screwed him over. Kasu goes for a move on, V8 in turn 1. Yeah. That's 7th place at least after the front wing change. But if Merck wants to get this in any way, shape or form, main straight.
Yeah.
Into turn 1 on the final lap. That's going to be his only hope. He has the ERS to do it. And Vero doesn't have the ERS to defend it, really.
No.
So it is the perfect opportunity for Merck. He can completely use the overtake button and use his battery all the way to turn 1. But he needs to get a little bit closer. 0.5 of a second now, half a second exactly. He needs a good run here, and he doesn't get it. Vero much more aggressive on corner exit. Now the ERS button goes on for Merck. I think that might be too late, although the closing speeds up quite significant here. 330 kilometers an hour, but it's not enough. And he runs into the back, they touch.
My goodness me. It really was do or die, but it didn't come off for the Williams. Oh, was again very, very close.
Maybe here, he might have a chance if he uses it. He doesn't use the overtaker. He's on 40%, and he doesn't use it. I don't understand what Max is doing here.
he probably doesn't trust that he's got the traction he needs to do it.
I think he does have the traction to do it. He didn't use it at all. So at some point you would use it. I think maybe. Here's my thinking. He has half a chance left at this point. I said he had one and he didn't use it, but he has half a chance left. The dash to the line.
Dash to the line, yeah.
I've seen it before. You can make it if you get a good run out of the penultimate corner, the final proper corner that you brake for. You can do it with the ERS and with high fuel mix and with all the shenanigans, including the DRS. You can make it, but I don't think he will. I think Vero's got this.
Let's see then. As we conclude, Zandvoort, your winner is going to be just about by 1.5 tenths. It is VSR Vero or JW takes the win. Merck second, Mika Hatsuyuki in third, Velo in fourth, Jacob fifth. Exy is going to take this position, and we haven't really looked at him for a while. It's been such a crazy race, but he takes sixth. Casu seventh in the end. V8 Field is going to claim the 8th position in the Haas, and Sniper a distant 9th position in the Racing Point. There he is with what remains of his front wing. He's had an argument with something fairly solid at some point, and LTU has already crossed the line along with Lucky Finger, Zadima and Inbounds Cupid. We lost, my goodness, what did we lose? So we lose Mr. Anchor, Sven, Mad Chip, CD, Black Panther and Vino. 6 drivers indeed. Did not see the checkered flag, and Sniper is just crawling at this point, but he's going to see the checkered flag nonetheless, and a 9th place finish for the Racing Point. My God, well, we did say it was going to be a bit bonkers, and this race did not disappoint. My goodness. Let's see who the game gives the driver of the day to. I'm going to be curious on this one. Yeah, no argument with that. He started last. And, or near the back at least, and finished in third. No argument there whatsoever, and played the tire strap. That's quite a disturbing dance.
Questionable at the best of times, I think. I just ran the calculations if things stand as they are for the top 3 in the championship. You will not believe this.
Go on, go on.
Championship leader, Velo.
Wow.
177. Second place, J. Cole. 177.
No way. Exactly what you were talking about. The win difference. Oh no.
It gets crazy.
Oh
Third
no.
Place, Mercked 176.
All 3 drivers with 1 point apart. Brilliant stuff. So without any,
it's on Countback that Velo leads because he's got 2 wins. J. Cole
wow.
has 1. If Velo, here's the important part. If Velo and Mercked somehow end up tied at the end of the season, Mercked would walk away. As of right now, Mercked would walk away with the higher place / title, based on 3 second places, whereas Velo didn't get got 1 in Austria at the season opener.
My goodness!
It wouldn't even go to first places. No. It would go to second places between those 2. J. Cole only has 1 win compared to the 2 for Velo and Berg, so he would lose out both of these countbacks as of right now. But we still have 3 races left. There's still some wins, some second places, and possibly even some third places to be gained. So anything could happen. 1 point between the. I can't believe that. With 3 races to go.
That's bad. And I exit the game, and suddenly your volume skyrockets. So I have no idea what happened there. Your volume was fine all race long.
Maybe it was F1 that decided to use my my microphone, and now that we're out of the lobby, it says, okay, I don't need that anymore.
I have no idea, but why that happened, I haven't a clue. That has never happened before, and let it never happen again. But
yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, let's have some chats with some drivers, shall we? As we have got a few joining us that we'll be happy to speak to. Right, who have we got? We have got our 3rd place. Starting at the back, didn't go through qualifying. Starting on the back and coming home a brilliant 3rd, Miko Hatsuyuki.
Hello.
Well, we had a lot of fun. Did you?
Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that I couldn't take second or first, but yeah, happy for that. 19 to third.
We did wonder whether the safety car was going to play right into your hands because you pitted right as it came out. But it didn't quite go that way, did it?
I mean, if I just stayed out for one more lap, I would have been P1, I think, after the safety car. But yeah, I mean, I thought I'm going to lose more positions when the safety car came out. The others will gain more on the next lap on their pit, but I got to pass the safety car, obviously. So I got P3 there, and yeah, I had fun.
Yeah, well, so did we. We had a lot of fun shouting about that. Oh my goodness! Well, once again, obviously you joined us very late in the season, but you haven't failed to disappoint us at all. It's Monza next time out. What are your thoughts towards the Temple of Speed?
I like it much more than this one. Much more. much more.
We look forward to seeing you there. Hopefully we'll see you on the grid once again. Thank you very much, Mika Hasayoki.
Thank you.
Oh, we actually are a little bit spoiled for choice this time. Let's have a chat with one of our non-podium sitters, Black Panther. What on earth happened to you?
Yeah, I made a silly mistake. Like I was trying to push a little bit because LTU was catching me, and I knew I just had to bring it home because Axie was behind me. Sven DNF'd, so all my rivals were like in a bad position. And then I lost it on the exit, tried to catch it, but I made such a small contact with the wall and suddenly my wheel was off, so
oh, no.
I really feel bad and like terrible because it's been I had now 5 races and I only scored 4 points in the last, in one race of them, and the rest were 3 DNFs now, so I'm really not doing good here, but I'm gonna try to do better in Monza.
That's the way it goes, though, isn't it? It's the nature of racing. It doesn't always. The cards, when they start to stack against you, it feels like they always stack against you. So yes, what are your thoughts towards Monza, the Italian giant?
It's a much better track than this one for sure, because it's my first league race that I had on this track, so I wasn't really expecting good results here anyway, but Monza will be much better hopefully, and hopefully I can finish the race for once. So yeah,
we'll be cheering you on from the combats. Thank you very much, Black Panther.
Thank you.
Right then, Mr. Jake. Firstly, what's the nature of the name change?
I changed my name like clockwork, and I forgot to put it back to JW for this race. That was all. I just, I'm always changing it. There's no particular reason. I just like the look of it, so I was like, okay,
fair enough.
I'll take that.
But wow,
see what there was to it.
What a race, sir!
Yeah, that was tough. Quali didn't go to plan, and then the race. I thought Miko would have basically won the race by pitting under the safety car, but I was lucky enough to come out ahead of him on the softs, which I thought I'd just run away, but I didn't even remember that the softs die so quickly, so within like 5-6 laps his tires were like, if not faster than us, and then it started raining and I had no grip whatsoever because my tires were like 70% toward the end. I was literally on ice. It was I don't even know how I managed to keep it on track because I've had very limited practice. I literally only started not long before today, and just I basically relearning the track, and then it was basically relearning it again on ice. I don't know, but GG to Merckx and Miko, they kept me on my toes massively. It was not easy.
My goodness. Well, I mean, what can we say? It was very, very entertaining from our side of things as well. What are your thoughts towards Monza next time out?
Penalties. An invalid quali laps. That's literally it. And then you just got to break away from the crowd and get out of DRS, and I think it should be good. But yeah, with that Zandvoort race, that was tough because I had 2 warnings before lap 10. So I had I think I had like 28, 29 laps without making a warning or get a penalty.
Wow.
Yeah, I was so I couldn't push as hard as I want to, and I got murked like within 3 tenths behind me every bloody lap.
That must have felt like the longest 3 laps, because you just burnt the battery every single lap and still under pressure. I mean, you must have aged like 5 years in that race.
Literally, and I just had to brake in the middle of the track to just try defend as hard as I could. I didn't want to go too hard on the inside, because if you go on the outside, it's sometimes better. So I just kept picking for the middle and just hoping that you couldn't go on the outside, because on the outside, when it started raining more, there was literally no grip. So that was my strategy the whole time. So that was lucky for me.
A great win, well deserved, and we look forward to seeing you next time out. Thank you very much, Jake.
Thank you.
We also have got V8 Field in the box. Are you with us, Mr. Crusader?
Hello. Hello.
A bit of a curious tyre decision. What was the thoughts going towards Inter so early?
I didn't go to Inter at all.
Oh, who was it that Austin? Who was it that went to Inter? I thought it was V8 Field.
That was Vino.
Oh, it was
also
Vino.
With a v, but
my mistake. I'm accusing you of something you didn't do. Well, I mean, it was a bit more of a struggle for you this time out. So talk us through the race from your side.
Well, qualifying was a bit of a disaster. Actually, I ended up getting blocked on my first run, and I was completely stranded at I think it's turn number 3. It's like the really banked left-hander, and I was stuck at the top of that, and I couldn't move at all.
No.
So I was stuck there for a really long time, because a bunch of people were starting up on their runs, but so I didn't start in a great position, and the race it wasn't incredible, but I just got the job done. I think I got my my highest scoring position of the season.
Is it? Okay, excellent stuff. At a track that's notoriously difficult to overtake on.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Zandvoort whatsoever. It's probably one of my least favourite circuits on the entire game. So yeah.
It is now done and dusted. So, are you looking forward to Monza in comparison?
Monza's an alright circuit. I do enjoy it. I'm not too quick around there, especially not just quick in general, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully I could just finish that race as well as I did, and hopefully getting the points again.
Awesome stuff. We wish you the best of luck for the remaining rounds of the season. Thank you very much, V8 Field.
Thank you.
Jake Cole, are you with us, sir? Well, so you miss a round, hang on to the lead, and by the... What was it, Austin? It was J. Cole level on points or one behind?
Yeah, no, level on points.
Level
J. Cole
on points.
And Velo.
My goodness me, you couldn't have scripted this.
I've got to try and keep it as close as I can, you know. I've got to make for some entertainment.
Oh, you're achieving that. You're achieving that. What was your thoughts going into Zandvoort? Because it looked like you had the pace to sort of keep up, but not necessarily kind of push forward.
Yeah, well, just to start off with, I think it was just a case. In the first opening laps, for some reason my internet decided it wanted to start dying. I think I was right behind Velo, and then all of a sudden Zalman just got in front of me because of my internet just stopping.
As you do.
Yep. So kind of put me on the back foot there. Started catching up a little bit. Was lucky the safety car came up, but kind of just went on the wrong tyres. I went for mediums thinking that softs may struggle towards the end, which I think they did, but
not early enough for you.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the beast, though. You take the gamble and it'll sometimes pay off, but sometimes not. What about Monza?
One of my probably favourite tracks, so I'm hoping I can get at least a better result and try and at least get points off of Velo and Mert, because you know I'm trying to win this championship. It's a good fight at the moment, and I think as Austin said, it's about 1 point between all three of us.
It
so
is
it's
indeed.
going to make it interesting, and 3 races to go, 3 people championship title contenders. I'm looking forward to it.
Likewise, I'm very much looking forward to shouting about it all. Thank you very much, and good luck for the remainder of the season. Thank you very much, J. Cole.
Cheers as always, lads.
And that is going to be it for tonight's festivities. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the stream and post-event. We Always enjoy your company. Thank you very much, Austin, for keeping me on the straight and narrow, even if bizarrely we couldn't hear you for some of it. Don't know why, but my Discord or something was mucking about. But either way, you contended with it well, and we always appreciate your company, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fix that, whatever that was. I don't even know. It might have, I do suspect it wasn't on your end. It was on mine, and it was the game that sort of had access to my microphone and then took it down a little bit. But yeah, very excited for the last 3 races.
Yeah, so it's Monza next week, and the Temple of Speed, a firm favourite in many a driver's eyes, and a lot of spectators as well. Do join us then, same time, same place, for more of this kind of same action. Until then, thank you very much, and